This is Mac C or Mac Collins, whatever you know me by. I don't usually make videos like this. Let me get better light so y'all can see me. Just take my glasses off so y'all know I'm being real with y'all. I'm gonna speak on a subject that I usually don't speak about to people because it's not really an embarrassing thing. It's just nobody's business really. But I'm gonna speak to y'all about depression. Because I know a lot of people on my friends list or my followers on Twitter or anybody that I know, a lot of my friends suffer from depression, severe depression. I suffer from mid-level depression. And I'm just going to talk to y'all about it because a lot of people are afraid to tell people that they have depression because they think, oh, well, if I tell somebody, they're going to think, oh, he's just going to be sad all the time. He's just going to mope. He's just going to complain about his life all the time. Or, he gonna go to the school and sit at the lunch table and look all sad and depressed in front of everybody to try to get attention and something like. But it ain't for attention. Y'all don't understand. It's real, and it's not just a thing. It's not a trigger thing. Like depression, there are triggers for depression, but it's just something that comes. And it don't go away. A lot of the time, it don't go away. A lot of the time, people when you have it, it's there. And a lot of people don't understand that. They just think, oh, well, just get you a new girl. Just get you, get right with everything. Get right with God, and you're going to be straight, You ain't going to have to worry about being sad no more because you ain't going to have no worries. That's not true. Because depression is not a mood. A lot of people think it's a mood or it's an emotion. And I've had people from my family, my own mother has told me it's just an emotion. It's not just an emotion. And I'm not telling you you're sick because you have depression. I'm just telling you, it's something that comes with you and stays with you. And a lot of people believe, if you get broke up with a girlfriend, you get dumped by your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whatever, that's depression. The feeling you feel after is depression. That's grief. And I suffer from unresolved grief is what I think my depression is from people who have passed away, from friends who have moved on away from me, from females that have moved on away from me. Just a lot of things like that have made my depression worse and things like that. But depression is not your life. It's not what defines you. And it's not what defines me or anybody else that has it. And people need to understand that just because a person suffers from depression doesn't make them any different than you are. You don't have to be afraid to say certain things around me just because I suffer from depression and anxiety. You don't have to be afraid to do certain things around me just because I suffer from depression and anxiety. It's not so much as a weapon either. A lot of people think that if they throw depression in your face, that it's the type of thing. A lot of people will respond hostile because most of those people are looking for attention. And I'm not going to say any names, but I know a couple people who do seek attention for their depression that they suffer from. And mine is real. So I know if somebody is faking or not. I know if somebody is just trying to look for, somebody to give them attention or if they're for real about it. And a lot of the things I do may seem like I'm just seeking attention, but the things I speak on Facebook are really from my mind and from my heart. They are not just things that I'm just saying, oh, well, somebody hit me up because I'm sad. I don't say that ever. I never say hit me up because I'm sad because obviously who wants to talk to a sad person? But I say things that I mean, and people think, oh, well, this Facebook, you need to keep all that off of there. Well, I don't have many people in my circle. And a lot of people with depression don't have a lot of people in their circle. They like to keep things to their self. And they don't put a lot of things on Front Street. But all my flaws and all my things that I have will be or have been mentioned in this video. All my flaws are on Front Street. All the things that are wrong with me, I let everybody know because I don't care. I'm not embarrassed by who I am or what I was or anything of that matter that has anything to do with my personality or anything like that because that doesn't define me. The things I'm interested in don't define me. The way I dress doesn't define me. The way I act or talk, it doesn't define me because if you ask one person, they might think I'm a wigger. You might ask another person, and they might say he's a very intelligent individual. He speaks from his heart, he speaks from his mind, and if you have a conversation with me, you'll understand that I'm much more than meets the eye. If you spend a day with me, or if you spend a week with me, there's a difference there between if you know me. And you can get to know me in a day. But a lot of people don't try to get to know me. They just try to see what's up with me. They just try to see, oh, what's up with the music, or oh, what's up with so and so, what's up with you and your girl, y'all broke up, and all that. They just ask questions basing off situations that I've been through. They don't ask about what the situation has done to me, or they don't ask, they just want to know what happened, why it happened. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all, but when it comes out my mouth, it sounds different than it's coming in my head. But anyways, people with depression, like me, it's just not every little thing. It's not something that just happens. We don't just get sad out of nowhere and stay sad. Like when we wake up every morning, and it's not sad. Depression and sadness is two different things. And a lot of people get that confused. They just think he's sad all the time. No, depression is not sadness. Depression is more like grief. It feels like you have something unresolved that you should have done, should have said all the time. Like you constantly have this thought in the back of your head. And you can't ever define it. And if somebody asks you why you're depressed, you can't ever put a finger on it. You can't. It's impossible. If you really suffer from depression, there is no true reason. There's nothing you can say to explain to somebody why you're depressed. And I have anxiety too, so that really triggers me. Like that was a problem in my last relationship, is I get real anxious about things because I have big trust issues with everybody. I don't hardly trust nobody. If I trust you, you mean something special to me, because I don't trust anybody with none of my feelings, with nothing like that. And that's why I put all my stuff on Front Street anyway, because if I don't trust you and you go off and tell somebody something, I already know that. He already told me. He already said it on Facebook. He already said it on Twitter. He already said it in his music. They know, because they know me. If they don't know me, then they know the things that I do. And what you heard has nothing to do with what really happened. So, just to get back on the topic, if you're depressed, it does get better. And if I can say that, anybody can. It does get better, but it gets worse too. And it's a ever going thing. It's an ever going thing for I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm going to feel like this for the rest of my life, because I might not. I've had points in my life where I've been the happiest person in the world, and then I've had points in my life when I've been the absolute most upset person you will ever meet in your life. But I am very open about who I am, and I encourage everybody who has depression or has anxiety to be very open too, but don't mope about it. Like I don't try to mope. It's just that's the kind of thing that people don't understand, is it's not really moping. If you're for real about it, you're just telling how you feel. And I ain't really got a lot to say about the subject. It's just the fact of, if you don't have it, you will never understand what it is. You can go to a psychiatrist and talk to them, or what they will never tell you if you're diagnosed with depression. They will tell you that you're diagnosed with depression, but only you can know, really. Only you can really truly know if you're diagnosed with it. And I self-diagnose myself a lot, because I know my mind, and I know how I feel, and I know how I think, and only I can truly say, I have this, I have that. A doctor can prescribe me anything for anything, but that doesn't necessarily mean that thing is glued to me. And that goes back to the thing, you're not defined by what you have or what you've done. You're not defined by those things. If you've had sex with 30 girls, that don't make you or if you're a female and you've had sex with 30 dudes, that don't mean you a hoe. That could have meant you fall in love easy and you give it up when you fall in love. That's what that could mean. Just because you do a lot of drugs, you don't know, that person might be a druggie. They might just like the feeling of doing drugs. Or they could suffer from severe depression or anxiety or something like that, and those drugs calm them down. And it's therapeutic to them. You don't know that person. You don't know what they go through every day on a daily basis. You don't know how they feel when they go home. Just because you see them at school doing this and flossing and wearing Nike or Louis or anything like that, that don't mean when they go home, it ain't problems at home. Just because somebody has money don't mean that they know what to do with it. Just because somebody's broke don't mean they don't have what they need in life. Just don't judge people who have mental disabilities like that. And don't judge people, period. Don't judge nobody, because you don't know. Some people truly are bad people. It really is some people that are bad people. But it's some people that are just misunderstood. Like me, for example, I'm very misunderstood. And a lot of people think I do that intentionally. Like I try to make myself misunderstood. No, I don't care if you understand me or not. I could care less what any individual thinks about me at all. Like, I really just don't care. And that's not me trying to be cool or anything like everybody else. I don't care what nobody thinks about me. That's me being real. I don't care what you think about me. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to go home to you and lay in the bed with you and you ain't going to hold me and tell me everything's okay. I'm not going to go home to you and sit in the studio and get a phone call from you and chop it up about what's really going on in my life when I'm down and out. What you think about me doesn't matter to me. If you're an individual I care about, what you think about me doesn't matter to me at all, because it don't matter to you. I got flaws. I have a lot of flaws. Everybody does. A lot of people don't show them. A lot of people just think they just the number one thing in the world, and it's not. Like my example. My example is, let me think. When I'm in a relationship with somebody, one of my flaws, I'm real clingy. I like physical attention, not sexual attention, but physical attention. I like to be held. I like to hold hands. I like to do all that. That's just the kind of person I am. I'm real talkative. I like to have conversations. I like to be around a lot of people. I don't like being around a lot of people. I like being around a lot of people that I know. I don't. Another one of my flaws. Let me think. I don't necessarily complain a lot. I just tell people what's on my mind, flat out and simple. And if it's something that sounds like I'm upset, I probably am upset. But that's really how I'm feeling in that moment in time. That's real. Like that's how I'm feeling. I'm a bit childish sometimes. I say things that aren't necessarily that I shouldn't say being my age. I have a lot of flaws. Including my eyesight. But it's a lot of things people are real closeted about. Like everything from their sexual preference to them being depressed, like I said, or music preference or the way they dress, things. A lot of people are insecure. I'll show y'all what I'm wearing right now. And I've been dressing like this for years. I ain't never changed for nobody. For no female have I ever changed the way that I dress or act or talk, and I've never stopped listening to the music I listen to. I'm not going to switch from the Beats to the Sonys just because a girl thinks that I should listen to country music more. Or, I like country music. I do. I love country music. My favorite artist in the world is Johnny Cash. I could listen to Johnny Cash all day. I like the Lumineers. I like Florida Georgia Line. I like all of them. Brantley Gilbert, all of them. I just like music, period. So the way I dress doesn't define who I am. So don't let what everybody says about you, or let what you listen to or what you do on a daily basis, or how you dress or what you say or things like that. Don't let that define who you are, because a lot of people are going to try to label you, and that's advice for people going in high school. People are gonna judge you. It's gonna happen. I'm sorry, you can think, oh, well, no, I'm cool with everybody. It don't matter if you're cool with everybody or not. The people you cool with are going to judge you. They are going to. It's going to happen. You're going to have a lot of people that just hate on everything you do. Like you go to somebody, you're going to be that one person that if you just crack a smile, you're going to piss them off. That's just the kind, that's the way the world works now. And it's sad to say that, but our generation, in our minds, people are just so caught up in their self. They're so self-centered. They don't care about... They just have no regard for anybody else's feelings but their self. And they think, oh, well, my boyfriend, girlfriend, I love them very much, all that stuff. Okay, you love that one person, but what happened to loving everybody? I don't got no real problem with... If you back cross me, then yeah, I'm going to back cross you back. And yes, I'm going to dislike you. Probably more than anything in the world. And I'm going to do whatever I can to get back at you. That's just the way my mind works. I respect everybody. I respect everybody that I know. And if I don't know you, if it don't matter if it's a overweight girl walk behind me and I'm going into the store, I'm going to hold the door open for her. Not because I'm trying to hit on her. Not because, I think she got a thing for me and like that, but because I'm a gentleman. And because I respect everybody. And that's the main problem, people, is they think, oh, well, she looks like this, so I'm not going to respect her because I don't want her to think I got a thing. If she thinks you do, just tell her, look, it ain't nothing like that. I'm just a gentleman. I appreciate you for saying what you said, but I'm just not into all that. It's that simple. You don't got to be rude to somebody just because you don't want them to like you. Why wouldn't you want everybody to like you? Why wouldn't you want to be a likable person? Like I said, I don't care what nobody thinks of me, but if I had to choose between being hated or liked, I would want to be liked. But I'd rather be hated for somebody I am than loved for somebody I'm not. So if they don't like me as a person, like who I am, that's their own problem. But I respect everybody. And if somebody disrespects me, yes, you're right. I'm going to disrespect them back in a heartbeat. As soon as I get the chance, I'm going to disrespect them back. And ain't a doubt in my mind. But the main thing is just don't let people define you and judge you just because of the things you have, because that's really one of the main things that depresses me is people judging me and everything like that, and people thinking, oh well, she broke up with him for a reason, and I know a lot of y'all think I'm speaking on a certain subject, and I'm not speaking on that subject. I'm just speaking in general. People think, oh well, he ain't friends with him no more. It must be a reason behind it. Maybe they just drifted apart. Just don't let people judge you. I mean, they're going to judge you. I'm not saying don't let them, but just don't let that define who you are, because that's not who you are. You are your own person, and you are beautiful, whoever you are, whatever you look like, whatever shape, size, color, it don't matter. In your own mind, you can control how you judge yourself. And that's what really matters, is what you think about yourself. Because what everybody else says from then on, it don't matter, because you're living your life. They're not living your life. So just learn to accept that and just go on. And that's really all I got to say. So share this, like this, whatever, get the word around that, or don't, you don't really need all the publicity. I'm just saying, if this helps you out in any way, then good, because making this video helps me out. So, love everybody, peace, love, respect, and peace.